The 2026 BRP Tarlac LD-601 is one of those military ships that instantly captures attention the moment you see it. Even people who are not deeply interested in naval technology can appreciate the sheer size, power, and presence this vessel brings to the ocean. Built as part of the Philippine Navy's modernization effort, the BRP Tarlac represents a massive transformation from the country's older naval assets into a more modern and capable maritime force. While many online military enthusiasts casually refer to it as a destroyer because of its intimidating appearance and strategic importance, the ship is actually designed as a landing platform dock and strategic sealift vessel. Still, once you look at its design, its operational flexibility, and the missions it can perform, it becomes clear why people compare it to larger warships from some of the world's strongest navies. The first thing that stands out about the BRP Tarlac is its massive size. Stretching over 120 meters long and displacing more than 11,000 tons when fully loaded, this ship looks enormous even when docked beside other naval vessels. Its broad hull, towering bridge structure, and expansive helicopter deck create a powerful visual impression. Unlike older troop transport ships that often looked outdated and heavily utilitarian, the Tarlac has a clean, modern military design that gives it a much more advanced appearance. The ship was built with both military operations and humanitarian missions in mind, and that balance is reflected throughout its structure. Every section of the vessel feels designed for efficiency, practicality, and adaptability. One of the most important aspects of the BRP Tarlac is its versatility. This is not a ship that exists for only one purpose. Instead, it is built to handle a wide variety of missions, which is exactly what modern navies need today. In times of conflict, it can transport troops, armored vehicles, supplies, and equipment across long distances while supporting amphibious operations. During peacetime, it can participate in disaster relief missions, evacuation operations, humanitarian assistance, and international naval exercises. That flexibility makes the ship incredibly valuable because the Philippines, being an island nation, constantly faces both security challenges and natural disasters. A vessel capable of responding to both military and humanitarian situations becomes one of the most strategically important assets in the fleet. When discussing the ship's performance, the BRP Tarlac may not be the fastest warship in the world, but speed is not the main focus here. The vessel is powered by a reliable diesel propulsion system that gives it steady long-range operational capability. It can reach speeds of around 16 knots, which is enough for the type of missions it performs. What really matters is endurance. The ship can travel thousands of nautical miles without needing immediate resupply and can remain operational at sea for weeks. That capability is critical for a nation spread across thousands of islands and vast maritime territories. Long endurance means the ship can stay active during extended missions without constantly returning to port. The engineering behind the vessel focuses heavily on stability and reliability. Large amphibious ships need to remain stable in rough sea conditions because they carry troops, vehicles, helicopters, and sensitive equipment. Stability is especially important during helicopter operations and amphibious deployments where timing and precision are crucial. The BRP Tarlac's wide beam and hull design help maintain balance even in difficult weather conditions, making it highly dependable during real-world operations. One of the ship's most impressive features is its amphibious warfare capability. At the rear of the vessel is a floatable well deck that allows landing craft to enter and exit the ship directly from the sea. This system allows troops and military vehicles to be deployed onto beaches or coastal areas without requiring traditional port infrastructure. In military operations, this capability is extremely important because it allows rapid deployment in areas where ports may be damaged, inaccessible, or under threat. The ship can transport hundreds of soldiers along with armored vehicles, trucks, supplies, and other heavy equipment. That means it essentially functions as a mobile military base capable of moving an entire force across the ocean. The helicopter operations capability also adds another layer of versatility. The BRP Tarlac features a large flight deck capable of supporting medium-sized helicopters. Helicopters are essential in modern naval operations because they extend the ship's operational reach far beyond the horizon. They can be used for troop insertion, reconnaissance, medical evacuation, disaster response, supply delivery, search and rescue operations, and even anti-submarine missions depending on the equipment installed. Having a flight deck dramatically increases the effectiveness of the ship because it allows rapid deployment of personnel and supplies even in areas where landing craft may struggle. Visually, the helicopter deck gives the BRP Tarlac an appearance that resembles larger amphibious assault ships used by advanced navies around the world. When helicopters are landing and taking off while the vessel moves through open waters, the ship feels much more sophisticated than a standard troop transport vessel. Military enthusiasts often compare the visual presence of the Tarlac to larger naval assault ships because of how imposing it looks during operations. The ship's internal layout is another important aspect. Unlike older military transport vessels that often had cramped and outdated interiors, the BRP Tarlac was designed with modern operational efficiency in mind. It contains accommodations for crew members, embarked troops, command personnel, and support staff. There are medical facilities on board, cargo handling systems, storage spaces, operational control centers, and maintenance areas for vehicles and helicopters. Everything inside the ship is designed to support long missions without sacrificing operational readiness. Another key factor that makes the BRP Tarlac special is its role in humanitarian operations. The Philippines frequently experiences typhoons, floods, earthquakes, and volcanic eruptions. During these disasters, transportation infrastructure is often heavily damaged, making relief efforts extremely difficult. Ships like the BRP Tarlac become essential during such crises because they can transport massive amounts of food, water, medical supplies, rescue teams, and heavy equipment directly to affected regions. The ship's helicopter deck allows supplies to be delivered to isolated areas while the onboard facilities can support rescue and medical operations. In many ways, the Tarlac acts like a floating emergency response center during disasters. This humanitarian capability actually increases the ship's importance far beyond traditional military operations. In the modern world, naval forces are not only expected to defend territorial waters but also assist civilian populations during emergencies. The BRP Tarlac fits perfectly into this modern naval philosophy because it can seamlessly transition between combat support and humanitarian assistance depending on the situation. In terms of weapon systems, the BRP Tarlac is not designed to operate as a frontline missile destroyer, but it still carries defensive armaments and has room for future upgrades. The vessel is equipped with machine guns and naval weapon systems intended primarily for self-defense against smaller threats. However, many defense analysts believe the ship's future modernization could include more advanced radar systems, improved electronic warfare capabilities, and enhanced weapon integration. Some military discussions online even speculate about adding missile defense systems or upgraded naval guns to improve survivability in contested environments. What makes the ship particularly interesting is how adaptable it is for future technologies. Modern naval design increasingly focuses on modularity, meaning ships are built with room for upgrades throughout their service life. The BRP Tarlac appears to follow that philosophy. As naval threats evolve and technology advances, the vessel can potentially receive new communication systems, sensors, defensive systems, and operational equipment without requiring an entirely new design. The exterior design of the ship also deserves attention because it contributes heavily to its reputation. The sharp military lines, elevated bridge, and wide flight deck give it a sleek yet intimidating appearance. Unlike older ships with cluttered superstructures and outdated profiles, the Tarlac has a cleaner, more modern silhouette